If you're building an app, here's a question you cannot afford to get wrong. Should you choose native development or go with the cross-platform solution? Make the wrong choice and it can end up doubling your cost, delaying your launch, or worse, your app might even underperform and frustrate your users. But don't worry, I'm here to break it down all for you today. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which approach fits your app idea, timeline, and budget. So let's dive in. Hi there, I'm Sahil Bora, a Melbourne-based software engineer specializing in mobile app development for startups and businesses. I worked across cross-platform and native projects, so I know firsthand the challenges and benefits of each. So if you're a founder, business owner, or someone new to app development, this video is for you. So let's start understanding what these two approaches really mean. So what is native app development? So native app development means building apps specifically for one platform, either iOS or Android only, using the platform's official tools and programming languages. So for iOS, this could be Swift or Objective-C for iOS, and for Android, we have Kotlin or Android Java. So these apps are optimized to take full advantage of the platform's features, delivering excellent performance and a seamless user experience. But what about cross-platform development? So cross-platform development takes a different approach. So instead of building a separate app for iOS and Android, you create a single app that works on both platforms using frameworks like Flutter, React Native, or Xamarin. So these methods use a shared code base, meaning you write the code once and you deploy it on both platforms. It's like buying one app that fits decently well on different occasions. It's more efficient, but it might not be a perfect fit for all situations. So the key differences between cross-platform and native development are the following. So let's start off with the first one, which is the development time and cost. So with native development, you're essentially building two separate apps, one on iOS and one on Android. So this could mean hiring two different teams and managing two different projects and spending more time and resources. Whereas cross-platform development, on the other hand, uses a shared code base so you can build once and deploy on both platforms just once. This often reduces development time and cost significantly, making it a great option for startups and businesses with tight budgets. Number two is the performance part. So with performance, this is where native apps particularly shine because they're specifically built for one platform. Native apps can directly interact with the device's hardware and APIs, resulting in faster load times, smoother animations, and better responsiveness. Cross-platform apps have improved a lot in the last couple of years, especially with frameworks like Flutter, but they might not often perform as well as resource-heavy apps like games or AR, VR applications. If your app needs top-tier performance, native is the way to go. In regards to the user experience, native apps also take the lead in user experience, as they're designed to align perfectly with app-specific design guidelines, such as Apple's Human Interface Guidelines for iOS and Google's Material Design for Android. This makes native apps feel intuitive and familiar to the users, whereas cross-platforms can mimic this experience, but it takes a bit of extra effort to ensure a consistent and polished look on both platforms. With access to device features, native apps also have a clear advantage again when it comes to accessing specific device features like the GPS, camera, accelerometer, and push notifications. Cross-platform frameworks like Flutter and React Native offer plugins to access these features, but they might lag behind when it comes to supporting new or more advanced functionalities. For example, if Apple or Android introduces a new API, native apps can implement it immediately, whereas cross-platform solutions often take time to catch up to these new updates. With maintenance and updates, cross-platform development makes the maintenance easier since you're managing one code base instead of two. Updates or bug fixes can be rolled out across both platforms simultaneously. With native apps, you often need to maintain and update each app separately. While this can take much more time, it also allows for platform-specific optimizations, which can also enhance performance and user experience. In regards to scalability is another factor to consider. If you're building an app that will grow over time with complex features or integration, native apps may offer more flexibility, as it's easier to implement advanced feature or handle high user loads with native apps. Cross-platform apps can scale really well as well, but the app also becomes more complex, and the shared code base might introduce new challenges that require extra effort to address. So the big question is, when is the right time to choose native versus a cross-platform solution? So how do you decide? So my recommendation is choose native for the following. If you want performance and user experience are your top priorities, you're building a resource-intensive app like a video game or an AR/VR application, and you have the budget and the timeline to develop separate apps for iOS and Android. I would recommend that you choose cross-platform if you want to save time and money with a single development effort, if your app's features are relatively straightforward, and you need to launch quickly on both iOS and Android. So choosing between cross-platform and native development isn't just a technical decision, it's a strategic one as well. Your choice should align with your business goals, budget, and the experience that you want to deliver to your users. And if you're still unsure which option is the right one for your app, let's chat. You can click on the link below to book a free strategy call with me using the link in the description below, and I'll help you make the best decision for your project. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your questions, and I'll see you in the next video.